how much money can be made running a channel with about 30-some thousand subscribers. 1 year ago today, I left a job hosting this channel, Backpacking TV, where I had clearly over 100,000 subscribers, and hosting a television show called Epic Trails. For the last year of that job, I felt that there was a shift in the wind and I was about ready to go off on my own. Here I am a year into running this channel full-time, where I started it over from scratch. And I want to tell you how the journey's been going, what I've learned, a little bit behind the curtain of some of the finances and the money talk of running a YouTube channel. It's been quite the journey, and let's dive in and tell you a little bit about it. I hope this video is interesting for people who've been following me and just know my story a little bit. But certainly if you are just interested in doing the YouTube journey as a business, hopefully this will also provide some insight for you. So in 1 year, I've published 66 videos, and most of those are long form. There have been a handful of shorts in there as well. Dating back to my last 365 days, I have garnered 3 million views. I've gained 35,700 subscribers, and I have a total revenue, AdSense revenue from YouTube of $21,000. So you can see, if you look at my revenue, it was flatlining, and then I became monetized on August 5th. Was the first day I earned any money at all, and I earned $17 on that day. That was a very exciting day to see my first dollar bills, y'all, roll in from making videos. The overall baseline trend line has certainly been growing, whereas at the beginning, you know, in between publishing, I'd maybe earn $8 to $10 a day, and then typically on the days that I publish, it's more like $150 to $200 in that AdSense ad revenue. So for the first year, I'm actually pretty thrilled. Like, this was such an exciting year. My wife and I, when we made the decision to go in full-time, we left something stable, something predictable, something that I even enjoyed to go into this full-time. But the decision-making to go into it full-time was really about, do I believe that I can ultimately build something bigger and better that is more creatively energetic for me, having better connection with you all as a growing audience, not having to run this channel and these videos through the filter of some other production company that owns and manages, and ultimately they're the ultimate profit takers, but also everything has to get filtered through a third party. My wife Christy and I, she's also an independent artist. She's very familiar with the boom and the bust cycles of running her own business, of being a professional painter. And so she was comfortable with this. We decided, you know what, let's go for it. I don't know if we'll make a dime for a grand total of 6 months, but we're ready. We're ready. If we have to eat beans and rice, we'll do that. If we have to live in our van and just maybe camp in the woods, we'll do that. Thankfully, things have really picked up, especially in the spring of this year, where some of the finances of running this channel have become not only stable, but pretty exciting. One of the goals that I had in running this channel was to publish as much as possible. And specifically, I wanted to publish every Sunday. That's been a big challenge, and I have honestly been pretty proud of myself for the most part, sticking to it. Now, there has been a few windows where I have missed some Sundays, but the most notable one was because I got married, and then my wife and I went on a honeymoon. So we did take about a month where we really didn't do much. I really wasn't publishing. So we did definitely see a dip there, not only in money, but in just kind of the doldrums of that subscriber depression, where we weren't really gaining or building new subscribers very much. So let's just talk about how it's been to gain subscribers. The most exciting thing in the world was announcing that I was moving from hosting Backpacking TV to hosting this channel that had a couple of old videos, literally 10-year-old videos, but had been dormant, wasn't monetized. Launching was very scary. I didn't know what was going to happen, but I got this massive spike upon my launch. I got 4,500 subscribers on my launch weekend, which was one of the most satisfying and exciting things I've ever had. I was actually on a backpacking trip with Dan Becker in Oregon, and I was in the backcountry when my video went live. So I came out from the backcountry and just got to see this like constant bing, 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 bing. Like it was like I was in a casino, and it was like my brain was completely lit up. And Dan Becker, who's very influential, made a post saying like, hey, follow my buddy. He's going off on his own. And that was super helpful. I went from 300 subscribers to over 5,000 subscribers. So that was the most exciting day of this whole thing. And then from there, it really, flattened out and has just been a steady climb from there. I've had a few blips, bumps, spikes, where maybe I collaborate with somebody like Miranda Goes Outside, or Kyle Hates Hiking, or Dan Becker again, or Devin Backcountry Exposure, where I get, like an influx of people who weren't aware of me that became exposed to me. So doing those collaborations has been very helpful to the business side of running a channel and growing this out. My story is a little bit unique because I had already been running a YouTube channel for 8 years. So I wasn't a complete unknown commodity. I wasn't having to build trust from scratch. I was building a channel from scratch, but I wasn't building trust from scratch. And that was, I think, the biggest difference for me versus other YouTubers who are getting into the game, who are starting from scratch and haven't had an opportunity to develop an audience before. You have to do the work and lay the groundwork of building that trust with somebody who says, yeah, I trust that I'm going to get something interesting or valuable or entertaining or funny when I subscribe or watch this person's videos. I truly love doing long videos, trip videos, documenting travels and adventures, and going deep with people. Or maybe they sit on the couch and they turn it on and they sit back with some popcorn to watch my videos for 40 minutes, an hour, and in some cases 3 hours. And some of my best performing videos are my longer form videos. My number 4 video of the whole year is a 3-hour video, which has currently 164,000 views. And of those 164,000 views, the average watch time is over 50 minutes. That's my highest earning video by far.
Good job, Mario.
Bien, bien, bien.
Bien hecho.
Sí, campamento Pachaspata.
And certainly where my heart's at and what I want to create is these more long form, deeply connective videos where when you watch them, you can really settle in, you can really feel a sense of peace, of calm, of place. And that's something I really enjoy creating. And it's not as clickbaity, it doesn't get the same number of views, but the quality of the views are really, really high. So I would say if you are interested in developing a YouTube platform, it's kind of having a sense of what type of content you want to create. I genuinely believe that going for longer form, the less super flashy stuff, is ultimately one of the best things you can do if you are trying to get into YouTube. For about the first 6 months, I did do some sponsorships, but I was pretty light on sponsorships. I didn't take many. I really just wanted to focus on growing. Part of it was the fact that I was a brand new channel and sponsors didn't really want to talk to a brand new channel. Just in the last 3-4 months, that's when I've really started to dive into sponsorships a lot more. As you've probably seen if you've been watching, I have taken more sponsorships and I've had more videos consistently coming out with sponsorships. And that's really a part of the financial equation that makes this possible. As I've been doing this for a year, $21,000 is exciting and I'm thrilled to be making that much money on YouTube. But at the same time, that's also poverty level wages, and I hope to be able to earn more than that. The way that I can afford taking trips and investing into these big videos and trips that hopefully provide you with great value is by taking some sponsors. And I try to obviously take sponsors that I think are good, that I genuinely feel like bring value to the space, to you as an end consumer. I'm always trying to filter my decisions through what's going to ultimately serve you. When I'm taking sponsors, part of my motivation is not only to have some financial stability for me and my wife, but to be able to invest and grow this channel so that it's a better space for you. Of course, there is the reality that I'm just trying to pay bills and make a life by doing this. Some goals that I have for this channel is to continue to be able to invest in some big trips, like being able to go internationally, to go on treks, to go to the Himalayas, to go do some really exciting things, and to dive into some deeper stories. I am loving creating backpacking content. It's a very fun niche, but I want to continue to grow as a storyteller and as a filmmaker, and those are some things that I'm really hoping to do in the coming years. Some simple numbers goals. I would love to be able to cross 100,000 subscribers, get one of these plaques again for for my own channel, and just to continue developing the relationship that I have with you guys here has been very sweet. I would love to be able to also build out a new studio space. This is currently just my actual gear garage that I really actually just store gear in, and it makes a fitting backdrop. But I would love to create a space that feels a little bit cleaner, a little bit more maybe curated. It is also just a better filming environment with audio equipment and things like that just improve the sound quality. Some little details from a filmmaking perspective that I'd like to improve. I'm just having the time of my life running this channel and doing this full time. So it's very exciting days for me and for my wife, and I can't wait to continue to develop this with you all here. So if you have some questions, please hit me up, and I would love to hear from you. I'll try to answer as many questions as I can, which I always try to do here on the channel. And thanks so much for watching. I'm Eric Hansen. I'll see you later.